What up, if I ruled the world nation? What's good? It's your boy CD in the building. I want to say what's up. We are 2 days away from Christmas 2016.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Christmas is coming. I got the red sweater on.
I see. You're representing.
I'm representing. I'm one of Santa's elves, you know what I mean? One of his elves.
One of them, huh?
One of them. Just one of them.
Okay.
So you know what? We're gonna finish up the month of December. Right. You know what? We got like one more episode after this, but we're going to talk about as Christmas is 2 days away. Let's think about some of the things that we've talked about. We've talked about love. It's the top of the month. We've also talked about forgiveness.
Right.
And we've talked about sacrifice. So we're going to talk about redemption today. And what does the word redeem mean to each and every one of us, you know?
Right.
When I think about redemption, I'm thinking about, you know what, you may have done certain things in your life that you may not be proud of, right? And you found out, you know, that that's not the way that you want to do.
Yes.
So you try to rectify yourself, make some changes, and now you've been redeemed. You are a new person. You are a totally new person. You're going to forget about all the stuff that you've done before, and now you're somebody new, and you're going to make the best of that opportunity, right?
Okay, that's a good way.
That's what I do when I think. So Fabi, when you think about redemption or the word redeem, what comes to your mind?
When I think of redemption, I actually think of a film.
Oh, yeah?
Yes,
okay.
The Color Purple. That's a classic.
Wow, the classic. Yeah.
Yes, man.
Which part?
The very ending. First of all, Danny Glover has an uncanny resemblance to my late father. So for a long time after we watched Color Purple, we didn't like our dad. I didn't speak to my dad for a long time. I mean, Danny is a legend. He was so convincing in that role. Yeah. But the very ending where the sisters reunited.
Oh, yeah.
And, and it was because of him, because he kept all the letters. He was keeping it away from her. He was keeping it away from Celie. That was her character.
Right.
So I think he's the one that was able to make that happen.
What movie was this?
The Color Purple, directed by Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
And he looked from afar and he kind of smiled. That was his way of redeeming all the years of abuse that he she was at the hands of, and he did that by reuniting the sisters. That was his means of redeeming.
You know, I think I gotta watch that movie again.
Yeah, you do.
I don't remember having a good.
You know what? I think that's before my time.
You know what?
I think that's before my time.
We're about to take your black card. You about to get your black card taken away from you.
I don't know nothing about that movie. I think that's before my time.
The Color Purple is a classic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a young pup in there. You know what I mean?
What?
So I'm a young pup in the building. So I don't know nothing about that.
I'm young too.
All right. So El Boogie, how about you? We thinking about the word redeem, redemption.
When I think of the word redeem or redemption, I think of either regaining or gaining something. So you may have lost something, or you need to gain something. So you take this action of redeeming in order to gain it or regain it back. So like maybe you have lost your self-esteem, or you may have lost your will to live. And I see redeem as trying to build yourself back up or attain something that could take you to another level. So that's what I think of when I think of redeem or redemption. Maybe a little slightly different, but that's what comes to mind for me.
Okay.
It also means to buy or purchase.
I like that.
To buy or purchase. Oh yeah, to redeem something.
Because you could redeem
a coupon.
Or redeem a lottery ticket. I won.
That's right.
Where's my money?
That's right. You better believe that. I'll be right there when it opens.
But you know what? It's something I want to circle back to Fabi and your example. I want us to sit there for a little bit.
Okay.
Explain again to me about that part of that movie that really spoke to you about redemption and what he did to those girls and how he was able to redeem himself.
Well, for anyone who hasn't seen The Color Purple, or if you need to be refreshed, Whoopi Goldberg's character, Celie, was kind of like the ugly duckling, you know what I mean? And this man, who was played by Danny Glover, literally used and abused her and had her cooking, cleaning, and taking care of him. And he ripped her away from her sister, and her sister ended up moving to Africa. And this is like taking place in the dirty South. This is like before civil rights movement, you know what I mean? So this is like a time and an era where it wasn't too good for blacks. And so he treated her like worse than a maid. He treated her like dirt. And most importantly, he kept her sister or any links to any family or friends away from her. But the entire time he was doing that, he was keeping all her letters because her sister was writing her from Africa. So he was keeping all her letters. He might have had a bag of hundreds of letters. So somehow I think towards the ending, they don't really show it in a film, but it's implied and you can kind of put two and two together. He must have contacted her in Africa and got her to come and told her, this is where we're at, this is the address, and then she came.
Wow.
And they reunited and they had the classic, this is what happened at the end when they
the
started doing
patty
this.
cake.
Yes, remember this? And he was looking from afar, and now at this point he's old. He's like probably 70s, as you get older, whatever, is going on with you, you start to humble yourself. Humility starts to kick in. So he wasn't that same aggressive, overbearing, controlling person. He just kind of that was his way of redeeming himself and making it right, making all his wrongs right.
Nice.
And so he delivered her, and he kind of felt good. You could tell his face. He's such an excellent actor. He's a phenomenal thespian.
Yeah.
You saw it all of his face. It was just kind of all right, I did that.
Yeah, I like that.
Forgive me, yeah.
That's a great example.
You think so? Okay,
yeah. That's good. That's why I wanted to circle back. You really had it was really in depth because you're really describing it with a really good example of a man who did some things to a specific person.
Yes.
The years have passed, and now he wanted to right the wrongs, and it actually worked out to success for the two sisters reuniting. So
right, and I'm not even sure if they knew that he was the reason why.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but it was
I
for
like
himself. The feelings of redemption was for himself.
I like
not
that.
for no one else. Yeah.